Rajasthan is a desert area because it is not receiving rainfall. Only a very little rainfall of 10 to 20 centimeters it receives. So it is a desert area. And as you have seen, most of these winds are moving towards the Ganga plains. Then we come to the last class. We have already done windward side and the leeward side. The windward side, children. Here we have the Western Ghats. When I talk about the windward side, that is the side which receives these winds, this one. This side which receives the winds is your windward side. Which one is the leeward side? This shaded area, the side which is not receiving winds, that area is called as leeward side. So, windward side, that is this side of the Western Ghats, will receive rainfall more than 250 centimeters. But the leeward side, that is the central part of the Deccan Plateau, eastern coastal areas, these areas receive less amount of rainfall in comparison to the windward side. Children, that is your Arabian Sea branch. I will show you even the next branch, that is even the Bay of Bengal branch also, children. Now, this is the map, children, which will show you with the months also, that in which months the winds received by which region. You can see this very clearly now, I think. Yes. You can see, which I've already told you, in the first week of June, the winds are arriving in the, that is Mumbai, which is written here as Bombay, but it is Mumbai, children. And by the time it reaches to Ganga Plains, it is the mid of the June, children. And now let's do Bay of Bengal branch, because we already have completed the Arabian Sea branch. Children, this is your Bay of Bengal branch, which you can see here. Where are these winds first of all arriving? They are arriving into, you can see here, they're arriving into Assam. They are arriving into Assam here, you can see. So Assam also receives a very high amount of rainfall. Assam also receives very high amount of rainfall. Now, why, children, these winds are moving towards Assam? Why are not these winds moving like this towards the eastern coast? There is a reason. The reason is we have done that where is the low pressure belt. We have done earlier that here we have Tibet, and in Tibetan plateau there is low pressure belt. So the winds are generally move from high pressure to low pressure. So on Bay of Bengal there is high pressure, and in the Tibetan plateau it is low pressure because it's very heated. The plateau gets heated, due to which the pressure is low. So the winds are actually moving towards the plateau region. But what happens to these winds? These winds are not able to reach to this plateau. Why? Because I'm drawing, you can see here, when the winds reach here, children, here there are Himalayas. We know that because of these very great high mountains, the winds are deflected. Now, what do you mean by deflected? Deflected means they change their direction. They are actually should move, they actually should move straight towards the, they should move like this, children, but they are not moving like this. Rather, they are deflecting towards the Ganga plains. Why they are deflected towards the Ganga plains? Because again in Ganga plains there is low pressure, And these mountains, they will not allow the winds to move towards Tibet. So the winds will deflect from Assam. Just a minute, children. Again, I'll draw to show you this winds. So the winds will move to Assam and they will deflect and they will move towards the there is again I'll draw and show you. Just a minute, children. The direction which is already drawn. So the winds will move like this, and see, you can see they are changed direction and now they are moving towards western part of India, that is towards the Ganga plains and to the west where there is very very low pressure. So the winds they reach here to the Delhi or to the northern plains in the months of end of the June, near about 29th June or first week of July. They arrive in Delhi or in the northern plains. So children, have you seen that Delhi and especially the northern plains of India receives rainfall from both Arabian Sea branch as well as Bay of Bengal branch. So I'm repeating, the regions of Delhi and the northern plains, generally Ganga plains, they receive winds both from Arabian Sea branch as well as the Bay of Bengal branch. And one more important thing, children, here I'll show you with another color so that you can easily identify. Here just above the Bangladesh, if you see our Indian map, children, here we have a state called as Meghalaya. In this Meghalaya, there is highest amount of rainfall in the world. There is a place in Meghalaya called as Mawsynram. There is a place in Meghalaya called as Mawsynram. How will you spell this? Mawsynram. Mawsynram. This is a place in Khasi Hills. Chapter 2 physical features you have done hills, Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills. So this Mawsynram lies in the Khasi hills of Meghalaya, and this region receives highest amount of the rainfall in the world. And the winds further move after Meghalaya towards the Ganga plains where they shed their rainfall. So by the first week of July, you can see it is written also the first week of July. Here it is written the northern plains receive, for example, western UP, Punjab, Haryana, eastern part of Rajasthan. These regions receive rainfall in the first week of July. Then there is a term which is related with this rainfall, children. There is a term known as breaks in rainfall. B-R-E-A-K, break. Breaks in rainfall. Now, what is the meaning of this term, breaks in rainfall? Breaks in rainfall means monsoon rain takes place only for a few days at a time. You might have seen during the monsoons, it's not that every day it rains. Sometimes it rains continuously for 4-5 days, then it stops. After maybe 10-15 days, again it rains. This is called as breaks in rainfall. Now, why is this breaks are there? Children, you have to understand that when there is rainfall for 4-5 days, what happens to temperature? For example, let us take Delhi. In Delhi, the temperature is 45 degrees. Pressure is very, very low. At that time, it will attract the winds and the rainfall takes place for 4-5 days, maybe for 3-4 days. What happens when there is rainfall for 3-4 days? The temperature little falls down. From 45, the temperature may fall down to 35 or 30 degrees. The moment temperature falls down, what will happen to pressure? Pressure will automatically change. Pressure will go high. So it will not attract the winds. So for 10-15 days, there will be no rainfall. After 10-15 days, again the temperature will go high to 45, 42, 43, 46 degrees. Again, when the temperature goes high, the pressure will go very low. It will attract the winds again, and again there will be rainfall. That is what is happens, children. This is the mechanism of monsoons. So this is called as breaks in monsoon. So the monsoons are taking breaks. For few days there will be rainfall. The moment the pressure changes, there will be no rainfall. Again temperature goes high. Again the pressure is low. Again the winds are pulled towards the Ganga plains. Again there will be rainfall. So children, breaks in rainfall is, I am telling you again, monsoon rains take place only for a few days at a time. They are interspersed with rainfall intervals. These breaks in monsoon are related to the movement of monsoon trough. What is monsoon trough? Low pressure belt. TROUGH. What is monsoon trough? Low pressure belt. The moment this low pressure belt changes, the wind direction will also change. Now, why the monsoon? The pressure belt will change. I told you, pressure belt will change whenever there is a change in the temperature, children. So, heavy rain sometimes brings devastating floods, causing damage to life and property even in the northern plains. So, when there is heavy rainfall in northern plains, it even destroys the crops. Sometimes it will affect the life of the people also. You have seen sometimes there are floods also. So there is a question here, children. The monsoon is known for its uncertainties. I am repeating. The monsoon is known for its uncertainties. Give reason. What is the answer? Answer is that it depends on formation of low pressure trough. Arrival of monsoon depends on the formation of low pressure trough. That is, temperature should be very high on the land. Then only there will be low pressure trough. Then only it will attract the winds. Now the same question can be asked in another manner. The alternation of, now this is the proper question form, children. The alternation, ALTERNATION, the alternation of dry and wet spells vary in intensity, vary in intensity, frequency and duration. That means amount of rainfall vary in its amount, in its duration and in its frequency. Explain. The question is explain. Repeating, the alternation of dry and wet spells vary in intensity, frequency and duration. Explain. Children, answer is number one, first point, monsoon causes heavy floods in one part and drought in another part. Point number two, it is often irregular in its arrival and its retreat. Retreat means going back. Third point, it sometimes disturbs the farming schedule of millions of farmers over the country. Because there is no particular date and time for the arrival and withdrawal of monsoons, it affects the farming. That's the 3 points, children, and the answer completes. And we completely have done onset of monsoons, how the monsoons arrive into our country. Both the branches also we completed, Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch, and the explanation also. Now, children, can you see what is this? This is your retreating monsoon. What is this, children? This is your retreating monsoon. That is how monsoon is going back, you can see. Now, the reason, first of all, why monsoons go back. It is also called as retreating monsoon. It is also called as withdrawal of monsoon. Withdrawal of monsoons. Now, why it goes back? Because you have seen now the month of October it is, children. Rainfall is till the month of September, June to September, because after September, temperature on the land. Now, this is your land. In the first part, already we have done all these parts. This is your land. What happens in winters? Already written here, winter. That is in the month of October, temperature starts declining. So, what is temperature? Temperature is low. What will happen to children? Pressure on the land? Pressure will become automatically high. When the pressure becomes high, what will happen to the winds? Winds will blow from high pressure regions to the low pressure regions. Where is low pressure now? Low pressure is on the water bodies. In comparison to the land, low pressure is there on the water bodies, children. This is your, in the same way on Bay of Bengal, there will be low pressure. Now, because there is low pressure on the water bodies, the winds will blow in winter from land to sea. They will blow from land to sea. You can see they are blowing from land to sea. Now, let's do the points quickly. Withdrawal of monsoon begins in northwestern states of India by the month of September. In the beginning of September, the winds start moving back little bit. Not that they are completely gone back, they have started going back. By mid-October, that is 15th of October, we know that now it is already 12th of the October. So you can see the temperatures are started declining. They are little low. What will happen when the temperature is low? So pressure is high. So by mid-October, 15th of October, it withdraws completely from the northern half of peninsula. That is, from the northern part of completely India, the winds will be completely gone back. They are still in the southern part of India. They have gone back from the northern part of India. By early December, the monsoon withdraws completely from the country, because by the December, even in the southern part of India, temperature goes down, because of which from the whole country the monsoons will go back. Islands receives first monsoon in the last week of April and the first week of May. In the same manner, withdrawal takes place from December to January. So the islands receive lot of rainfall because they receive the onset of monsoons as well as they receive the withdrawal of the monsoons also. By October and November, low pressure trough shifts towards south, which I have already shown that the low pressure trough is on the islands or on the water bodies. Southwest monsoon winds weaken and start withdrawing gradually. By October, monsoon withdraws completely from the northern plains. That completes your withdrawal of the monsoon, children. This is the withdrawal of monsoon. There is one concept which is related with the withdrawal of monsoon, which is, children, called as October heat. There is a term called October heat, which is related with this withdrawal of monsoon. And children, this is October. Do you know, in the daytime when you go out, what do you experience? I am talking about daytime. Go at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. What do you observe in the daytime? When you go into the open area, you will see that sun is really scorching. There are direct rays of the sun and it's tremendous heat. That heat is reaching your body directly. Why? Because there are no clouds in the sky, first of all. So the heat is directly reaching. So in the daytime, when you go out, stand for half an hour, you will feel so hot, so oppressive. The heat is oppressive. We call it as, there is a term called as oppressive. You'll not be able to bear that heat. So that is what I said. It's a pinching heat. Now, why is this? Because the sky is very clear at this time, because the winds are going back. So there is no moisture in the air. There is no moisture in the air. Even that little bit moisture is there, because the winds are going back. There is little bit moisture in the air, because of which the air will not blow. The air will not blow. When the air is not blowing, you will feel very, very unpleasant. You will not feel pleasant climate in the daytime. I'm not talking about the evenings or nights. I'm talking only about the daytime, children. Not again early morning. I'm talking about the mid noon time, especially from 12 to 3 o'clock. The scorching heat is there at that time. The retreat of the monsoon is marked by clear sky, because here the sky is clear, and rise in temperature. The temperature is still high. The temperature is rising. In the daytime is more. In the month of October, still the temperature is high in the daytime. While day temperatures are high, now this is the daytime, but what happens in the nights? Nights are cool and pleasant. Go in the evening outside, even maybe in your just balcony. In the evening, in the nights, it's very cool and pleasant. The land is still moist. Little bit winds are there on the land, because you can see these winds. See this arrows. You can see these arrows. Still the wind is going back. It has not gone into the water yet. It is still on the land. It's going back. So little bit moisture is there. So the wind will not blow because of high temperature. When the wind is not blowing, children, and moisture content is present in the air, it is humid. What do we call it as? The climate is humid climate. So because of high temperature and humidity, weather becomes oppressive during the daytime. I'm repeating, because still the temperature is high in the daytime and moisture is present, so it is humid. So what is the type of climate? High temperature and humid. So weather becomes oppressive during the daytime. You are not able to bear that heat in the daytime when you go out. So that is what is called as October heat. This is known as October heat. And this happens in the first half of the October, from 1st to 15th of October. But after 15th of October, even daytime, the temperatures go down. So that will completely remove the rainfall from the land, children. That is your October heat. That completes your monsoon part, children, completely. We are left with only one part in this monsoons, that is the cyclones, children. Cyclones, especially cyclones in the eastern part of our country, which we will be doing in the next part of the chapter, children. This is the picture of cyclone I'm just showing you, which I'll explain you in the next part of the video. And this is what is the figure, children. You can see, which is completely with the all the rainfall winds. This is withdrawal of monsoon. This is completely your withdrawal of monsoon, or the monsoons which are going back, retreating monsoon or withdrawal of monsoon. You can see normal dates of withdrawal. You can see by 1st September, little bit it starts going back from different regions, October, from November, then finally by December, the winds completely are gone back into the sea towards the islands. So you can see all the months which are drawn here. These are all the figures, children, which I have shown you. So whenever you are listening, go to these figures and see what are they. You will understand through the figures, children. There is no need to read from the chapter line to line. You can understand you, because this is mainly concept based chapter, which you need to understand with the figures only. So that's your withdrawal of the monsoon, children. I hope you are clear with the figure. So that's all, children. In the next part of the chapter, we'll do cyclones. And then with the cyclones, we will do the cold weather season and the hot weather season. So that's all, children. Have a good day.